Come on, what is this, kindergarten? I had to bring it up.
All right. Welcome back to another session of the Legend Gamers Presents on the Legend Gamers Network in this early AM edition, late night edition. And on this one, it's going to be kind of a mellow stream. End of the year, kind of mellow, chill, and we're gonna do a little thriller-ish suspense. I guess I don't know what to expect here. This game was touted as a story-rich resource management game, and we're gonna get into that here shortly. Hopefully you guys are getting everything you wanted and more for this holiday season. Mine was a bit simple, just really more time with family, more time with streams, more time being productive and all that type stuff. So it looks like I'm getting some of what I was looking for, but let's go ahead and get this thing started. Alright, let's start a new expedition. Alright, let's do that. Looks like we got this one here. normal game balancing is quite fine for me. Oi, the air be's cold. Oh, the air be's cold, a flake and white, and as a sailor begs their pledge. That in the dark they'll brace themselves for the horrors still ahead. To the souls around them, shielding fear, dividing up their dread, a hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, out of the pale beyond. Crew wanted, able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of a safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. Okay. Oh, let me fix something right quick. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. I'd rather have coffee. I'd rather coffee. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. I find it rather calming. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. It stops. Keep waiting. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. I'll remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? I have enough to get by. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? How many people have died under your supervision? More than I care to admit. Can you remember the faces? Every single one. Please, take a seat. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. I'm Captain Hunt. The pleasure is mine, Robin Shaw. Aye. I'll wait for him to continue. Hope you aren't waiting too long. I'm told it's worth the wait. Yeah. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. It all seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. I'm not in the habit of trumpeting my work to every would-be sailor on the street. I need to know if you are right for the job first. He looks down at his list of questions. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Now I find myself stumped on this response. For this one, I'm going to go with landborn. I'm from the city, but made my way to sea eventually. Military experience. Sailed the merchant lines, 12 years. Very good. What did you trade in? Anything we could get our hands on. Aye. Have you ever fired a weapon? Yes. Have you ever killed a man? Directly or otherwise? Yes. I see. You're not married, are you? That's irrelevant. Exploration is a dangerous passion. You must understand the risk you're putting yourself in. Let's just say, I won't be missed. Let's leave it at that. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving any family in this place. Yours is counting on that, whatever the circumstances. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, didn't it? Did it? Good work is hard to come by these days. Indeed. A venture like this, however, it's about more than just the money, isn't it? We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. The Viscount. Heard of it? No. Enlighten me. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Well, if they found it, I might have heard of them. She never come back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. All right, you have my attention. The captain smiles. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. They're probably lying. Rumors attract fools and the mad. If that's the case, then someone's putting in a lot of money into chasing rumors. Those without money. Then since what's that? What? Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, someone else will, and... Well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. What of our own ship? We'll be traveling on aboard the Temperance. She's a beauty, Greenwood, generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. These sister ships, built together, sent out into this world to die alone. Superstition gets people killed. So does cynicism. The captain looks at the bottled ship. So, what do you think? I think I need the work. Well, the work you needs you. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up. We'll leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. You are not what I expected. Ah, and what do ye expect? We're more than our mistakes, Robin. Let people surprise you. I'll see you on the Temperance. The captain makes his way to the door, and you follow. You arrive at the docks, a month to the day. Before you lies a ship. The letters on its side read Temperance. Oh. Approach the Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of a cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. It's good to see someone else with land legs. You must be Hunt's pick for first mate. He extends an arm. Richard Templeton, a pleasure. You accept his offer and of a handshake. It's a considered shake. I shall be operating as the chief science officer of this expedition. I am also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. What did you specialize in? Applied botany. That's reassuring. He nods. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do yourself, Mr. Templeton. No offense was meant, Officer Shaw. Board when you're ready. And when you find yourself needing a scientist, we can try this again. Fluffy Husky, salute. Welcome back to the stream. It's kind of late night chill session. Huddle up and stay warm. So I can do multiple things? I can do multiple things here? Is that what I'm seeing? What's all this? There's 10. The city. Let's look. You'll be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. The Temperance. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, barring some wooden or modern additions. Alright, I'll set sail. Week 1. 1 week on the Temperance. It's been a month. I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, out of the pale beyond. First meet, Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on, and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. I've never been on a ship like this before. A sturdy ship. It's hard to imagine how many crews she's mothered before us. Repurpose incessantly. The roaring machine should see this old steward of the sea through the ice, and us with it. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. I can't shake the feeling that he's not telling the whole truth. Despite that, I find myself warming to the man. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. The crew, however, are a different story. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice, to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. I've sailed with worse. We came across all kinds of trading with merchants, but rarely this split. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. I'll head there now. He leaves. Crow's Nest. The Crow's Nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at the next port. Let's go join the hunt. Join the gang. Why do they want to see me in his quarters? I don't know if there's a way to see old dialogue. Nah, doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna join him at the helm, sure. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Oh, Robin, lovely day for this, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like this, I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm in the merchant navy, or were you stuck carrying crates? Yeah, why don't you give it a try? Take the wheel. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your hands. The memory and your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship in the wind. Easy. There. You have it. The captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it? That's okay. Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Will you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Sure, let's finish this quest. A pristine furnished tub secured on the floor, a luxury to be had on the ice. A painting. A classical painting depicting sailors battling with the Kraken. You're unsure if it's of any historical significance, though. Recognize the ship as the galleon of Captain Hamish. Yeah, this right here, this should have been if, but it's of. See, this is the kind of stuff you be working with when you be trying to damn read out some stuff, especially these games. The way some of this typos and then some of the dialogue slam ups. Like, bro, those sentences don't work together. You need to stop doing what you're doing. All right, let's move along. The desk. On the desk, you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you recognize as the mark of the Apperton Tinning Company. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. That's interesting. Take requests. You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Now, let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto this expedition, ourselves included. Plus 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You're only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed on another post. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. The lot of us have seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will end tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. Oh, that's decorum, okay. We've enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, one crew will become malnourished. Unless cured, the malnourished crew status will develop into scurvy, has severe status effect that prevents crews from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. Okay. And more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week. If you cannot afford the minimum fuel, one crew will become freezing. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. Oof. The sledding dogs, well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Sending hunts out further require a great amount of dogs. They will rest and become available between the weeks. Now to work. Is that a lady? Let's holler at Cordell. Have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point here. Sure, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is here to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island. You neglected to inform me that you're bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending them to the path to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole canoe. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a sailor made such strong demands. You already stole the dogs, did you not? You have no control over them now. I have a right to rescind the sale at any time. I'm willing to honor the deal fully, should my conditions be met. She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None of this ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they will need to guide me. You will they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? Oh boy, well... I don't see the harm in having an expert on the sled dogs. A good point, Shaw. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to hold them. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I'll have a room prepared for you below deck. Alright, so we got the max crew has increased to 24. We got some dogs and stuff. It's gonna eat up a lot of rations. We'll see how it goes. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. 14 dogs available. Alright. That's how I talk to Corvid the Crow. As a sailor enters. We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. The captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside the crate? I did, sir. Ha! How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your jibbun from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da? He's Wood's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, Shaw. He eyes you up. You first, mate. What should we do with him? I'd keep them aboard. Hunt squints. Why? Looks like we got some screen missing down here. I wonder if I should resize this. Oh. Seems like it's a little too big. Let me see something. Oh Lord, that thing is huge. All right. It no longer changed at all. Why just so damn huge? That didn't change nothing. That didn't change a damn thing. Whatever. He's clearly here because his father is. It would be wrong to separate them again. All right, boy. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will. Thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Aye, Captain. The stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. Well, it seems the litter has a new runt. I hope the rest won't mind sharing their rations. What of the father? It's kind of messing me up with this screen. Let me see if there's. What if I go windowed? Okay. Oh wow, no, that's just how it is. So they done jimmied up their own damn game. Okay, never mind. It's just like that, even with this windowed setup. Can you try full screen? I can try. You see, even with the windowed, like I got it. Well, you can't see it now, but I have it windowed, so it's smaller than my desktop, and I can see my desktop in the background. And you can't see this, but I'm moving it. Well, actually, let me see if I did this right here. Anyway, yeah, I guess you won't be able to exactly see it. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Here you go. See, I got the game kind of windowed, and it's still not showing it. I'm thinking that it's just cut off or something, but I'll try that full screen thing like you were suggesting. We'll see what happens. What the hell? And now it's being weird. There we go. It used to be working well in a demo version. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, you know, I showed you. you know, here's to nothing super important being just outside that border. But at any rate, let's get back to it. Welcome to the stream. Exclusive full screen. I tried that, and it looks like it was more of the same. Let's try it again. There we go. Hey, maybe we got something here. Oh, nope. It thought about it, but nah, it's doing the same thing. I think that might just be you know, oversight by the devs on that one. All right, I'm getting back into it. I'm seriously thinking about having them split their rations. Let's monitor it. I doubt he intended for this to happen. We'll keep an eye on them both. I suppose you're right. Well, that matter's sorted. Finished request. Yeah, you know what? I think there is a font size thing. I think, let's see. That might be what, I think you might be right there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the text size. Here, let's shrink it down to 3 and see if that fixes it. Yeah, that might be it right there. All right. What's going on here? Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up in the deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. Do you require me for this meeting? No. This isn't a matter the first officer needs concern themselves with. They'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Copy of the crew manifest. I don't see anything to interact with, so let's leave. Join. Figure balancing on the mass. Castle. I think these yellows must mean it changes daytime. I'm not joining them up there. I'm gonna go to the forecastle. The forecastle door appears to be locked. You can hear the kennel master preparing the room inside. Okay, so it's locked. We're cruising along. Off into the void. Into the white. I need to go AFK right quick. Let me grab me something to drink. Let us continue the adventure. I guess we'll join the figure on the mast since I have no other options. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balancing on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. How's the view up there? You startle the woman, causing her to fall and nearly drop her camera. Help her down. You help her retrieve the device and untangle herself from the rigging. That was a close shave, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Kasha Belford. You seem to already know my name. How so? I do my research. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford won the Fentler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. Unless we devise a way to bring the Viscount back with us, her proof is all we have. The gold game. Picture that as a header. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. I'm not the creative type. I'm sure you'd know better. Kasha tilts her head and grits her teeth, holding an inner debate with herself. Maybe not. How about Hunt's incredible voyage? Too fantastical? I suppose I'll find the right name when the time comes. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apologies. I'm just a little excited. I've never been on a voyage like this. I suppose, in your experience, the open sea is the home of the mundane. Though, I suppose you've never traveled this far south on the merchant lines. I'm not averse to thrills. Well, I hope we have some coming this way. I'm hoping to capture something right out of Kurt Darling's old escapades. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw. Right. The captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Oh, yes. I'm putting together a manifest of the crew for you. She hands you an annotated document. Here it is. The crew manifest. Cool. Killian Smurf Sanders. Timmy Runt Ward. He's a sailor, a stowaway. Saltborn. Huh. Ice Savvy. Okay. Sailor, Ice Savvy. Okay, got some Ice Savvy folks out here. Engineers. Oh, look at that. Specialists. Robin Shaw. That's me. I like how they scratched out my photo. That's cool. Resource cards. Okay. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. Just so you know, do something like that stunt on the mast again, and you'll be removed of your camera. Understand? Kasha looks at you with an uneasy eye. Her grip on her device is tight and protective. Yes, officer. You don't want to lose that picture, though. It's very striking. Safety is your priority here. You'll be wise to remember that. Oh, let's go. We'll be decent. There'll be many more chances, but you'll need to be more careful from here out. Understood, Officer Shaw. Won't get carried away again. She hurries past you. You wonder if she'll heed your warnings. Two Johns. You spot a large man with a youthful gait, carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. He gives a bright, warming smile. Two Johns? That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. Two John attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work awaits. Okay. What's this, second deck? Blaze. Hey, Blaze, salute. Welcome back to the stream. How you living? Happy Hollandaise. Talented with voices. Oh, cool. I appreciate that. And maybe you can catch up with me as I move on to getting some of my projects done. We already got a couple of voice acting projects completed over on the Gathering of Brothers channel, and we're in the middle of getting a couple more. So this is not random. This is more practice. So let's go. Where was I? Descend to the mid deck. Ascend above. It don't look like there's really much pop in here, so let's go below. Keeping it kind of low key right now because we're currently in the middle of doing a few projects, but I do have some completed, well, some initiated completed works over on the Gathering of Brothers channel from the Black Indie Dev channel. Salute. Well, all right. Let's holler at this guy here. Approach to the accordionist. Of the crew, a red-headed man with a thick beard sits proud, playing on an ivory accordion. He spots you and ceases in his playing. Need something? I was just looking for the Stoke brothers. Emergency? Just a meeting with Hunt. You're speaking to one of them? Grumbler Stoke. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. The man gestures to the cook across the room before resuming his playing. Call the crew for dinner, I guess. Go back up. Alright, looks like, yeah, okay. Actually, let me check something out. It's not using time, so I'm curious. Okay. Okay. It looks like the yellow kind of indicates the quote-unquote unofficial objective of the moment. So, call the crew. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the newly picked up stowaway speaking with the one-armed man. But you're lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Half a mind to do that myself. Come on, I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're impossible, child. Timmy. So the one-armed man has his son. So between the three of them, between the two of them, there's 3 arms. All right. Okay. What's going on this floor? Enter my cabin. No, I don't want to do that yet. Mr. Gloss. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the mid-deck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct. Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Can't be hard to miss. It will turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I brought up a bottle to celebrate with, to be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Him and his wife. Okay. Let's go to my cabin, check it out. Open my journal. Okay, I don't have anything to add there. So this is my quarters. Cool, cool. Let's head upstairs. Above deck. Main deck. Crew deck. No. Alright. The ocean. Templeton. Let's go holler at the ocean. As you look over the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. You turn to examine a spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hand, overlooking the stirring waves. Smoking sailor. Looking at something. Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? A letter. All you need to know. Tashi. After introducing himself, Tashi falls silent and begins to read the letter. Trying to draw conversation from him may be similar to extracting teeth. It's a smoky, silent type, I guess. Alright. I guess we'll talk to Templeton. Actually, let me go check out the cabin. Alright. The door to Hunt's cabin is shut tight. The captain himself has turned in for the evening. So this is like, I guess, dusk? Or no, dawn? Or dusk, yeah. I guess there's a dusk going into nighttime. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. I notice you aren't at the dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin, and I make use of it. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stern waters of the ocean. There is great expectation on us, officer. From who? Who is this benefactor of ours? That is not for you to know. Not yet. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite a sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire before the evening. It is important the first officer be well rested. Hit E to advance. Oh, okay. Is this clear? Oh. Food rations. Remember this way, normal. Oh, shit. Oh, I could change it, huh? Ooh. Oh, that goes down a little bit, huh? I'm just gonna mess with it. We're gonna go quarter the fuel to conserve for the journey a little bit. Alright. We lost a little decorum. The ship makes its last port at Orc Island. Cordell's sledding dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. Start the new week. Week 2. 2 weeks on the Temperance. There's a rap on your cabin door. Who goes there? The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I know little of the man. His reputation is indeed great, but the man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Do you need something from me, Kurt? I'm not the sort to demand favors, Officer Shaw. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. It's not often they work with a film star, is it? Certainly. It's completely understandable on their part. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? This crew don't seem the film-going type. Well, yes, most were born on the sea to begin with. But it is good to know even those old films can inspire. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Does Hunt require my presence? No. We've finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Ha ha. He leaves. Guess we'll open the journal up. Week 2. Nothing new, I guess. Alright, out we go. I guess it's breakfast time. Let me holler at whoever this is. You note one of the science team returning to the room. Ah, Miss Gloss. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Hello. I did not expect Minnie to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. I believe I met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Miss Gloss makes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time. Alright, we got some more people added to the manifest. Got some more pictures. Let's go meet the doctor. The door to the doctor's office remains locked. Seemed the good doctor isn't in. Or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You are yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time. Yeah, let's head down and see if I can get some food or something. Oh, this is the crew's quarter. This ain't even the mess hall. I just choose where to go randomly, I guess. The hammocks. Many of the crew are still fast asleep, lying in hammocks. Best not disturb them, Shaw. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly broken sailor. Let us head up deck. The sounds of snoring are rather obnoxious. I'll go holler at Kurt, I guess. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice floe. There is a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. I assume you'd seen everything. A younger me would have agreed with you. It is an interesting mix. Nostalgia and the never-ending new. Look at the ice. No two cracks are the same. All caused by us. By the laws of nature. This place wants us dead. And yet, here we are. Traversing in harmony. How fantastic is that? It's just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. There's going to be plenty more where it came from. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. Then you are in the right place. Are we far from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Some of us, same goes for daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course it's going to get thicker. He looks across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. This would be me taking him at his word. Well, it's not my decision. Yes, but you have the captain's ear. Have you ever experienced a long night's winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. There's a chain of command. This isn't one of your adventure serials, Kurt. Certainly not. If I was satisfied with those, I wouldn't have left retirement. We're only as good as the unhappiest man, Robin. That's First Mate Shaw. Kurt humors you a salute. Yes, officer. I trust the captain's judgment. You should too. Kurt forces a nod and turns back to look across the ice. Sounds like we're gonna get stuck in any moment now. We're at half rations. We conserved a little bit of movement. Let's go check the helm. At the stern, you notice an old sailor at the helm. The old man in a deep breath in the cold air before what? Oh, the old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keep her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. I assure you, I'm more than qualified for the role. Oh, I don't doubt that. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside his ranks. You've got experience, at least. Merchant Navy's quieter, though. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. Gonna take some requests. Aha, Shaw. Ready for another day of work. Indeed I am, Captain. Good to hear. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Let's holler at Corbett. Crow knows best. Corbett enters the office. As for a report on how the stowaway was doing. I wanted to see if the young boy has been settling in well. He has indeed. It means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. He has his dad to guide him as well. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, but happy, eh? Well, what do you know, Shaw? What do you know? Perhaps we are right to keep the boy aboard. She leaves. Oh, that was a woman? Whoops. I've been reading her like a dude. Yeah, we'll reset that. There's a lot of women on this boat. Let's bring in Hammond. A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. Angry engineer. Oh, you acting daft, Hunt. Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down in the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining these sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on the matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1? 3? More. I guess we're gonna assign some crew. He said he needed 6. Down in the engine room. Some choices for you to assign. I wish there was a way you could see like the old dialogue. I know it's crazy, but when I'm reading, I don't remember. When I read, I don't remember. So all right, let's see. When I'm actively reading, like if I'm reading a book, that's different. But actively reading like this, I don't remember. I just see the words and produce the character. So. So Amelia Corbett Sparrow, that is a woman, okay. So we need some people down there. Let me see who we got. Engineers. Shit, I don't know any of the engineers. I don't know my sailors down there. I definitely don't want a scientist down there. Specialist. It looks like I can't move any of the specialists. Key items, accordion and cautious camera. That's cool. Guess I'll send some damn sailors down there. No, I want Joseph up top. I'll send them Vernie. I'll send the kid down there. Keep Harold doing what he doing. He can have 2. We can deal with that. I ain't sending all of them. Goddamn, I need some of these people. Yeah. You can have 2. Maybe I'll do another playthrough. I'll put all 4. You know what? I'll send old boy and his son. Let them have some time together. You can take Tashi, Runt, and Runt's duh. You giving me Ward? Ward with the one bloody arm? Young Runt could use someone to teach him the job. Who better than his father? Don't get me started on handing over the bloody stowaway. Would you rather none? The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me how right I was when we burned under the ice. He leaves. A good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. He won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. Alright, Kasha. Captain Shaw, a thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now that we're already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report. Not only for my report, it will be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew has served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts, Shaw? It's a bit late, but it's now or never. May as well get it over with. Aye, a good point. But maybe you could sound a little more enthused. Well, Battlefoot, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner.
Thank you, Captain. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help in the matter, Officer Shaw.
She departs, satisfied. Let's finish requests. Good to have all that settled in. I take it you've spoken to our navigator. Kurt had a few words to share with me about changing course. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Still, perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, meet with him when you have the time. Judging course or not, we'll want one of his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Yeah, see, it's like this right here. This is the kind of stuff that makes your voice acting life troublesome when you get a sentence like, we'll want one his scouts set up in the crow's nest. You know how your brain kind of puts stuff together because it's a bit of a supercomputer in and of itself? You just kind of gotta on the fly adjust these things. At any rate, let's move along. Take care of that, then you'll be done for the day. Oh, we've got a lot of interesting things going on. Yeah, let's first check the rigging. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew.
Ah, no problems.
She looks to you.
And you are?
I'm the first mate. You should address me as such.
Sure. Flick, I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about me safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials.
Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Soren Caliber. Flick. Alright, let's speak to the navigator. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. The scientist's eyes demands Kane and turns to you.
I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts.
The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading all rightly. Scout from the crow's nest. I'm gonna go below deck. I'll let them deal with that. By being nosy. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Hey, Quilzy. Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done.
Of course, of course. I take it you had no issue settling in.
Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Ha ha. Do you think any of them will mistake Kurt and myself?
I think you'd collapse from joy if they did.
Ha ha. Perhaps.
They seem to be happy guys. Alright, let's descend to the middeck. Hooded sailor. You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerge from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Pleck, but call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I hadn't considered that, but now that You think I protest too much then? No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. And what is this practical joke? Not going to spoil the surprise. It's not at your expense. If that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With their mysterious trap set, Gnomes scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. Skylar Plague, I think that's a woman. Alright, let me see. I guess I haven't met the cook yet. You must be Shaw. Same you met my brother already. You're in Stoke, but nobody calls me that. On this ship, I'm known as Junior. Junior? Why the name? Should be obvious. You met my brother. It's the burden that comes with being the younger. Hey, Shaw, can you grab some tins from the pantry? It's nearly time for dinner. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over the officer's uniform. The hells was that, Gnomes? The hells was that? Gnomes! Or, the hells was that? Gnomes! That's probably more like it. I'm probably going to lose several of these voices. I'm just doing this on the fly like that. On a longer project, sometimes I bookmark certain characters just to make sure I don't forget them. But anyway, this is all my first time playing this. You wipe the flour off. You wipe the flour off you before continuing. Got some tinned food. You lift a crate of tins from the shelves. I'm not gonna eat yet. Let's go up and check a scout. Some choices require you to assign a certain type, and this choice you may assign scouts.
guess I'll assume Flick was already up there. I'll put Flick up there, I guess. They ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sextant.
All clear from up top.
So this is us. Orc Island. The last port you made, where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. Okay, so we're headed here. The last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Very interesting. Looks like the best way around is possibly this way if everything agrees with us. Although we might even be able to break straight through if we had an ice cutter. That looks kind of like a big task, though. All right, well, let's move along. Eat some food. Oh, what's this? Pumps. Let's go check the pumps. Bilge pumps. Nothing out of order in here. That's very good to see.
What will it be this week, Shaw?
Feed the hoosh pods. Crate of 10 food. Here you go. Interesting. Resource items may be spent here for instant effects, increasing food, or changing the status of the people. Okay, so you can drop off food type items to this guy and that'll manage the food resources. Okay. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal.
Ha! Shall we toast to the ice? Hey! The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights.
The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. So overhear them. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs, leaning on the shoulder of another.
Good times.
No need to handle your drink, Tucker. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker.
But I'm fine. My mates can carry me a cavity.
They can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time.
Are you asleep? Shit.
I'm meeting more crew by the minute. Alright. It's like everywhere I go, get to meet new folks. Let's overhear these guys. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another.
Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. You ever see Miss Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and all night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either.
He probably sleeps.
Aye, Dick. It's figurative.
Right. That was dumb. All right, moving along. See into the forecastle. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach.
Try some.
I'll try it. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. It's surprisingly palatable. Oh, it's surprisingly palatable. You feel yourself warming up.
You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fat and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something else you needed?
Where did they come from?
It's hard to tell the exact breeds at this point. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise.
You've been on this ice for a long time.
A long time, yes.
Who's that beside you?
This is Stanberry.
Strong animal.
Very. They handle stress differently. Adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them.
You love these animals.
They need me. And you need them.
You ruffle its head. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Looks like I can end the week now. I'm gonna go to my room first. Oh, I thought I was. Here we go. We saved a little bit of fuel on that last bit, so we'll roll like normal. Actually, you know what? While things are being kind of wild, I know we'll be a little sad, but I'm trying to make sure we make it out of this alive, you know. Another week passes. The temperature has finally entered the thick ice leads. The temperance have finally entered the thick ice leads. The days grow even brighter. Three weeks on the temperance. Got more crew available. Save game to tree. Okay. Nothing new to report. Crew's looking fine. Checking the pumps. Pumps look good. Checking the food. Food looks good. Nobody in there stealing. Alright, we're entering the white now. On a day like this. Alright. Let's check up with the scout. On a day like this, you pose no major threat. Oh, so we're going straight up the middle. Alright. Shortest way. Straight through. Let's take requests. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. We'll wait a moment for the captain. The whole room shudders. Let's go check out what the hell is going on right now.
What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures, as if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work.
Kasha.
Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. We didn't hit anything, did we?
Have you seen Hunt?
Not since this morning. He was going to speak with Grimley about the lifeboats, last I heard.
Grimley. I don't know. Who the hell is Grimley? Is that the engineer? Grimley Stoke is the carpenter. I don't know where he would be, so let's go down below. Ship stuck then. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. You're calm about all this. No use panicking, is there? I'm going to check with my brother. Check the coal bunker. Take coal. Lift a sack of briquettes. Enter the boiler room. Approach the two men. Aye. Oh, aye. If you made any errors, I'll tell you. It's secured, don't you worry. They notice you. Am I interrupting? Not any more than he's interrupting my work. I am ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told you, that if it was, you already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Just looking at the numbers of valves, this seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that.
I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold. Trust me. I will. Well, I will have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on the ship any longer than necessary. It is imperative we break free from this ice as quickly as possible. Hammond eyes you, and grimace on his face. First mate is here. But where's the one who got us into this bloody mess? I was hoping that Templeton knew. I was informed by one of the Stokes that I had just missed him. But I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, and a moving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he is anywhere, he must be in his cabin. Uh-oh. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself. Too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Chaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we fed the furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw? Or are ye afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? Come down to the depths, eh? She goes, so do we. Let's feed the furnace. You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner, despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. Just checking everything out. The captain done disappeared. That's kind of a mystery. Alright, let's call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled and in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You didn't see him either? He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? So everybody's kind of wondering where the captain then went off to. That's not good. No sign of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt's holed himself up inside. Maybe if he had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? At this point,
Leave the man. I will handle matters.
Despite Hunt's issues, there's still a chain of command. We cannot wave it so flippantly.
Har!
The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You're a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship.
I know it well.
Hunt's eyes turn to you.
I believe you two are already acquainted.
How long have you been drinking?
I don't suppose you care to join?
He shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top.
And what of you, Shaw? I can tempt you with some sweet nectar.
This motherfucker done got drunk in the tub, bro.
I don't drink. And you don't care to be you don't care to humor me this once. Ah, well, your loss.
You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice.
It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out. What do you mean, this isn't your ship? Bought at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that, captain of a private vessel, and I don't even own it. Pathetic.
Mr. Hunt.
Captain.
If you're not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning.
And abandon my duty.
No
Captain who would do that is a fit captain. Wouldn't you agree?
Well?
Not you. Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. Do you think you could live with yourself? They all act like the choice is the difficult part. The choice is easy, Shaw. Instinctual. It's not being able to sleep after. That's what they never prepare you for. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader?
We don't have time for...
In a word, then. What makes a leader? Understanding. Understanding. Explain. To understand your limitations, to know what you're capable of. To know enough to know that you know nothing,
It's all well and good to know your limits, but that philosophy isn't as insightful as you'd think. To know what you're capable of should be something you settled going into the role. It speaks nothing of what you should be capable of. Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you will do to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time pining philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Sure, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I had no assumptions on returning alive. Well, you best form some. Wouldn't just be your life you'd be throwing away. The captain laughs. Sure. Nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid for this, don't we? Enough! If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should have not agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me, our doctor. And then there's me. What are we actually searching for? Hunt chuckles, gesticulating mockingly with his hands. Ghosts! Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's sound of mind. Once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's all right, Robin. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. Oh, what was it? I'll be all right here. Oh. The captain appears to have fallen asleep. Let's talk to Templeton. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the pressure of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head, and we will continue in the morn. We done got stuck out here in the damn ice, bro. Damn it. Just under halfway. Viscount Island. Okay. Just wonder if there's a chance for like a random occurrence or something. Looks like everybody's turning in, so I'll do the same, I guess. Looks like our rations are starting to get kind of low. You awake to a room awash with green. There's a loud banging on your door, and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. I don't remember who Hammond is. Shaw, are you in there? Shaw.
What's that noise?
The pressures. The pool is in serious trouble. Pumps need manned, and we need to stop the whole system from overheating. And I don't need to tell you, if the furnace goes, we go.
Where is Hunt? Is he aware?
Can't find him. Come to you. I need someone's authority to take action. Now bloody give it to me.
Lead the way, Hammond.
Right, let's move. We need to find the captain now.
There's an eerie glow. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship rumbles.
What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? That aura. It's a shot I can't miss.
Kasha steps back before snapping a photograph of this ensuing chaos. The lights of the aurora flicker over the pale ice. Forecastle. The animals are barking furiously at the green that has invaded their territory.
Calm, Stanberry. What is happening to the ship? Nothing I can't fix. Don't fret. Then I shan't stop you, Mr. Hammond.
Have you seen the captain?
I've been resigned to this room, and I'll have to stay as such. Lest you wish to add a frightened kennel to your current problems.
Speak to Templeton.
Nothing.
Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself.
Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. Whoa.
Hammond turns to you.
All right, sure. Captain's missing. You're in charge.
We can't give up on Hunt that easily.
I bloody well can. He missed his chance to take the reins. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order.
Hammond glares at Templeton.
It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room, now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew and maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them we know how to remedy this matter. Do you know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid fellow sailor's feelings. We've got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours.
crew is actually a decent demeanor, so let's do this. Hammond is right. We can't waste more time. The boiler won't wait for us.
Fine. I'll keep the crew at bay then.
Come on. Don't worry about him. Let's go. As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon, the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it. I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to go tail the crew to hit the lower decks. As many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You descend the ladder. Ahead, you can see the brothers trying to open the door behind the hold, or door to the hold.
Trying to get in? Same. Door stuck.
Pull harder, you bastards. We need to... Hold on. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. We need to keep the furnace alight. The metal door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before darting into the dark. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Bloody hells! Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of their valve as steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time.
What's the word, Chief?
Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer, or we won't be making it off this ship. Sure. The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. You grab a valve and begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours. Shit. Where's the rest of the crew? Brought help. The furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal and turn the valves. Let's go get some coal. Shit. This is crazy. Get 2 Johns on it. They grab the valve. begins working on the boiler, you begin to fight back the potential water hammer.
Someone's gonna have to hold the furnace in place.
Let's get Skylar in there. Gnomes approaches the furnace. The room shakes.
Water hammer!
Oh no. A jet of steam paints Plek. It subsides as they writhe in agony. When a crew member gains severe status effects such as wounded, scurvy, or frostbite, they will become invalid and unable to work. You keep up the work, shifting the valves until the boiler has fully calmed. The ship is saved. You won't be sinking today. As a crew give assistance to the wounded Plek, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices.
Where the hell is Captain Hunt?
He's gone. That was the prologue. Okay. Shit, we don't have. Oh, I guess. Oh, we gotta spend some fuel. Shit, we got number 26. Crap. We're gonna take a huge decorum hit if we don't do something about this fuel. We're gonna try to hold off on the fuel. Oh man, we lost some loyalty from somebody. The Temperance is saved from sinking. The Aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. Captain and dipped out on us. Week 4. 1 week at Temperance Camp. Grab me a little snack. You are alone in the captain's cabin. Out across deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips through the door. Shaw? Still no sign of Hunt.
I'm afraid not.
Hunt is still missing.
And he isn't alone in that regard.
Oh no.
Sanders, Sparrow, and Green are also unaccounted for.
Shit.
As is a sizable food and fuel supply, and one of the larger lifeboats.
God damn it.
Shaw, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here.
How's the rest of the crew?
They're confused, scared. The former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to usurp him. Hunt is absent? It is no use awaiting the word of ghosts. A new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. I would have expected the role to be inherited. Not quite. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That carpenter, Grimley, he is still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are likely to support you as well. I am unsure where the engineers will side. They are likely loyal to their pay. Plek is still recovering from the steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you'll just about make the vote. How can you be sure? I cannot, but it is a measured risk. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. Even if the temperance fails, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. This ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That is all we need to do, Captain. I understand. We can hold for that long. Indeed. That is all we need. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here, you should have this. Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat. Hunt's hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? I won't be needing that. Very well. The commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. I suggest you do the same, Captain. The scientist refrains for a moment. What is it? I think it's best we declare the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. I won't lie to them, Templeton. Leaders lie. Get used to it. The crew are waiting for you. I guess the crew are waiting for you on deck. Shit. Sometimes you gotta lie. Hunt's ledger is gone. The last place you saw Captain Hunt. There's still drops of whiskey frozen. We stuck out here, man. Sheesh. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out into the open air. You notice the absence of Plek.
The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck.
Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. The clear choice as first mate.
And what of Hunt?
I do not see him among us, do you?
Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened.
Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw?
Start the voting process. Somebody's loyal to me. Robin? Damn. You have been confirmed as captain of the expedition.
Well, the ayes have it. Shaw will be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead.
Acting in Captain Hunt's stead.
The crowd look to you expectantly
As Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words, curious murmurings scattering between the crew. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. As they look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where's Captain Hunt? I can't. Man, this is a tough choice. Not wholly into lying, because I hate to say he's dead and next week he shows up. Like, I'm very much alive. It's unclear at the moment. Captain Hunt is dead. Well, he said it, I didn't. The crowd immediately cuts to silence. They look to Templeton. Some back to you after. He and the missing crew were lost last night, along with one of the ship's lifeboats. We have no bodies. I lost loyalty to him. Fuck him, man. A silence hangs in the air. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in quick succession.
How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid?
We'll have to rely on each other out here. Everyone will have a role to play. We're all brought onto this crew for a reason. Time to exercise those skills. I would like the head of each station to report to me going forward. God knows this isn't what we signed up for. But stick with me, and I will see us through.
What of those lost, Captain?
A memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice.
Understood. Well, you've heard the captain. Get to it.
Well, that was curt. I read that all wrong. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Don't ever undermine me like that again.
Of course, Captain.
He departs. Yeah, dude, like, what the fuck? Just go with what I said, shit. You give him mixed messages. Let's go check the doggies.
I suppose congratulations are in order. I would hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw.
Why did you abstain during the voting?
I'm not a member of this crew. It did not seem right for me to weigh in on the matter.
Makes sense. Tickle it behind the ears. You nodded it knowingly. You pat its head. No fish to feed. Sadness.
Shaw! Or should I say, Captain Shaw?
That hunt. I hope he and the others are holding safe. Still, no good dwelling.
I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well.
Do you have any experience leading expeditions? I've never captained a vessel, if that's what you mean. But the navigator has just as much responsibility to lead. In that sense, I have plenty. Pump flow water from the lower deck. Okay, we don't got nothing going on. Red room. Some photography. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really, it's that simple. Captain now, Hardy. As long as you aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. Why did you abstain during the vote? Jobs need doing. Whether it's you or Hunt doing it, I don't care. As long as we aren't freezing to death, that's all that matters to me. What's this? There should be no hesitation, Shah. You are the captain now, and you must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we can carry out the daily routine as normal. Show that you are capable of the role. We should take the day's request immediately before seeing to our resources. You saw the duties of captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Alright, let's holler at Kurt and Cordell. Captain, I brought the kennel master with me. There is something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what the matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. And the idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We will be living off it for quite some time. And what of you, Cordell? Do you agree? Indeed. The dog sleds would need to be exercised regularly, and there's no better way than to engage in hunting.
We're quite lucky, despite the circumstances. Now it's peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigating? Navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we are to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I wouldn't ensure their survival. Cordell exits. The same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Father Hammond. Saving that boiler was the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign a crew to shoveling whenever possible. Shaw. The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seems to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. And no intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. If it will raise their spirits, let's get this attempted. Hold up. Alright, that's enough. Man, I'm just losing all kind of loyalty with old dude. I'll see you for dinner, Shaw. Don't forget the hoosh pot needs fed. Before the dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We still have wounded from the night of the aurora. Their wounds will need attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work.
You seem familiar. I finally placed you.
You have you?
Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Oh, that's Miss Glossops.
Soren Caliber, you are quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the summer games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning.
I can't believe Hunt is gone. What happened?
Who knows? He was drunk. Whatever he was thinking, he definitely wasn't in the right mind.
And what about Smith and Corvid and Joe?
Who knows? Corvid owes me 5 gilst. I don't think you'll be seeing it soon.
Tucker. Shaw, or should I say Captain, right? I thought your name sounded familiar. I sailed the merchant lines as well. I think we served on the same ship a couple of times. Good to see a fellow merchant navy veteran among the crew. Aye, you know the struggles as well, huh? Shame we never fully crossed paths. Still, small world. Good luck, Shaw. You enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man. The rattle of a dropped forceps is ringing through the room.
Oh, goodness. It's you. Captain now, isn't it?
Captain Robert Shaw. It's good to meet you.
Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley. Yeah, yes, that's it.
Collect your thoughts. It's no good having a physician who cannot compose himself. I lost his loyalty, damn it.
Yes, sorry. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying, and the inclination towards sickness is no help. Plek. The steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain.
Do you have any experience with something like this?
Well, I've read extensively on the matter. But as far as first-hand experience goes, well, no. This is my first encounter. Now, why he get mad at me because I'm asking questions? Boy, I'm about to throw your ass overboard. At this point, all we can do is wait.
Nutley lets out a nervous sigh.
Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there?
There's a chance, however slim.
Right. Perhaps we'll run into him again. No, that's ridiculous. Never mind. Apologies. I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew?
A report would be nice.
Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, the kennel master.
You mean Cordell?
Yes, Cordell. I haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are quicker to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher still. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues.
Nutley pauses for a moment.
Is everything good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us?
I won't lie. We're in a difficult situation here. I'm going to need your help.
Then you can count on me.
Nutley keeps his head low.
If there's anything I can do for the crew.
Medical comforts, huh? Assign 3 to instantly gain 1 medical comforts item, and it can be used to immediately cure all in the med bay. Oh shit. Yeah, y'all get to it. Shit, do some work, goddamn.
If you can give me these, I can get the crew back on their feet. Is there anything I can do for the crew?
Yeah, let's use that. Comforts.
I'll need you to assign a crew to the med bay before I can treat them with that.
Med bay. Let's get somebody in here. Oh, definitely don't need any engineers in here. We'll get Doug Ward. Oh, it won't let me hire.
Oh.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Thank you, Captain. They will be ready to work starting today. Is there anything I can do for the crew?
That'll be all. I think I already fed the food. When gathering supplies, you can assign it around to instantly gain that many. To instantly gain that many resource items? Oh. Gotcha.
Officer, Captain Shaw, I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows this ship well, but that seems odd.
Do you think they could be lying?
I wouldn't accuse anyone of that, but it's very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler troubles caused a great deal of distraction.
Speaking of boiler, can I get somebody in here on this? Resources look pretty strazzle there. Very good. Call the crew for dinner. Oh, I gotta send out that sledding team from the map. Alright. Let's do that. Research. Oh, I don't have any scientists, damn it. Damn it. Looks like there might be some food. All right. The crew have their meal. Ha ha. Shall we give a toast to the new captain? Hear, hear. The crew returns to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. A lot of communication.
Looks like we're trapped here for a while.
I don't like the ship's chances either. We'll be some time before we see home. Shit, I'm gonna die of boredom out here before the cold takes me. You'll manage, I'm sure. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. Been this big since I was 15.
You ever considered doing films? You have the stature for it.
Oh, I can't act.
Acting isn't part of it. You stand there, cut a nice silhouette, and you'll be a star.
That sounds awfully easy, doesn't it?
It can be. So tired.
You'll get used to it, lad.
Doc, it's far too much work.
Thought you wanted to work.
If I can't do it,
If I can do it with one arm, you can do it.
you always saying that, Doc.
Do you need me for something? I simply wanted to learn more of you, Grimly. Not much to know. I'm the carpenter. I'm Junior's brother. I play music. You know it all already.
Evening, Shaw. I'm proud of what I've been able to cook for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I'd wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beefsteak.
You do excellent work, Junior. You have a knack for this.
I've been told. Hunt would say he couldn't eat a bite that wasn't prepared by me anymore. Good evening, Captain. I was growing up used to sleeping on a moving ship before we became trapped in the ice, you know. Now, I think I won't have a good night's sleep until we return to land.
You'll grow used to it.
Whoops. Goodness, I hope not. I can't imagine much worse than becoming the norm. Apart from the friendly company, of course, Captain.
Of course, Captain.
Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs.
Actually, I was checking on you. You aren't with the rest of the crew.
Of course I'm not. Do you often expect others to leave their posts? I understand that you did not expect this role, but you're the captain, regardless. Surely you understand a sense of duty. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not?
Like it was yesterday.
My demand was that I work here with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I am holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew.
The dog beside her barks. Well, if I get lost in the ice, you're the next Captain Stanberry.
Woof. Cordell smiles, confused. The animal looks at you. Ruffled her head. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, and this is going to bring us up to the ending of week 4. We're going to end week 4. And that will actually conclude the stream. Let me see what we've got going on here.
No, we're gonna burn normal. We're gonna try to figure it out. Crew members will be cured of their malnourishment and freezing, so that's good. Gnomes and Lefty returned from hunting with 2 crab eater seals. The dogs are rested and available to be sent out. Another week on the ice. The ship holds. Barely. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and conclude this. We had a nice little bit of a session here. And there's a good chance I'll probably be running this later today. So for those that are interested, turn on those notifications and subscribe or follow the channel. This is Fighter9 signing off. Wishing you a fond farewell as we exit to the main menu. And don't forget, when you get your hands on that keyboard, joystick, gamepad, mouse, or light gun,